Hey guys, so you're ready for today's January 8th, 2022, 7:22 a.m. Central Time. The plop smeared inside your body. So since DipTube is full of dipshits and they're going to play games, well guess what? So am I. So I have a question for you guys, but obviously it's going to have to be a little bit hidden, so you have to follow me. And I did not think this video through its entirety, so you're going to have to follow. So yesterday, the Supreme Court had two court cases. One had to do with big businesses, basically the general population of 100 people or more, as if they came up with that number. And the other one had to do with healthcare workers, federal contractors, that type of situation, on whether or not OSHA could force you to get the plop smeared inside your body. When we all know at this point that whether or not you've gotten the plop, you are still going to get it. This wonderful situation, right? So my question is to you guys, which should have been asked by a justice: is there a study that I am missing that says the people who don't have the plop smeared inside their body are more transmissible than those who do have the plop smeared inside their body? Question mark. I have not seen one way or the other. Logically, the way it's spreading, I'd have to say no. But who knows? I would like to know that answer. If anybody has that answer or studies and like to share them, if you share a link below, it more likely than not will get, spammed. So I'll have to look for it. So anyway, that was that question. So moving on. I'm not sure what platform I'm going to officially move to for Patreon or YouTube in general, because DipTube's annoying. Our entire platform, all of them. Silicon Valley is so fucked up. It's ridiculous. I don't know what is going on that people's brains have been completely warped during this plop issue. Okay? It's like if you don't get the plop, all of a sudden you can't go anywhere. People don't want to talk to you. You get in arguments with people at work, with family members. People don't want to be around you if you're not plopped. And it's like, what? What do you care if the plop works? If you have the plop smeared inside your body, what do you give a shit whether or not I have the plop, period, if the plop works? And there's studies coming out of somewhere over in Europe saying that people who get the plop smeared inside their body are actually more susceptible to the reason the plop exists. Thought that was interesting. That study is nowhere to be found, but it was mentioned on the news this morning, so I caught it. Thought that was interesting. It would help if I knew the country in which that came out of to probably search that. Beside the point, that would be my question to you guys. Sincerely, is there a study that I am missing? Again, I don't know what platform I'm going to move to, but I'm not staying on DipTube anymore. ShitTube, DipTube, FuckTube, FartTube, FagTube, RetardTube, whatever you want to call this ridiculous platform that wants to keep people silenced about certain things. A lot of things. I mean, God, you go back to even under Obama. That's when I got my shit mostly striked, was under Obama. Was because I was doing recordings of the Senate from their web feed. And poof, all of a sudden AP claims it. Shit like that. I had CNN come after me one time. It was like, and then luckily it was like a year would pass, so the strike would drop and all this other stuff. And then eventually just piled on under the Trump administration because people are a bunch of fuckfaces. And I got reported for like hateful content, which I contacted GayTube. and asked them what the fuck that was about, and they didn't really have an answer for that, of course. So I had to fight with them to get my screen name back, though, because that was banned. And now they're coming after me because I'm talking about the plop when it had nothing to do with the effectiveness, the efficiency, whatever you want to call it, or anything about it. Not even questioning the fact it exists. I was just stating in that video what happened at the Supreme Court yesterday during oral arguments, because I listened to it. They really need to put cameras in the Supreme Court, and I don't understand why they don't. Because it would be, especially being an intelligence, coming from an intelligence background, being able to see the justices, and perhaps that's why they don't do it, you would be able to look at their facial features and how they're responding to see kind of where they fall, in addition to their verbiage. However, these people are so opinionated on this bench, on the liberal side. If you want, I hate the fact that the Supreme Court has been politicized, because there are people that are extremely liberal that are literally, what do they call them? Activist judges. That's what they are. Sotomayor said yesterday that over 100,000 children have been shoved in these wonderful, we'll call them, instead of the normal term, places where you get healthy, okay? Supposedly on ventilators or some shit and all this stuff, which is totally wrong. Number's not nearly that high, and no, there's no major anything. The number that's coming out that has to do with children is, and it's not high at all over this entire pandemic. Damn, I said it. Anyway, over this entire plop situation, let's hope they don't catch that one, you fags. It's really low, but see, the thing is that they're testing everybody to see if they have the shit inside them when they go to the place where you get healthy, okay? So people are getting positive tests coming out of there, and they're not there for that reason. So let's say a kid breaks their arm and goes to the place in which you get healthy, and they test everybody. So they test it, and they realize this child who just broke their arm happens to have the ridiculous shit that's going around, okay? All of a sudden, that number is thrown into the pile of ridiculous numbers for this bullshit that is flying around regardless of whether you have the plop or not, okay? So all these numbers are skewed. They've been skewed since day one. And the fact that these places you get healthy at get kickbacks from the feds for having that type of person inside their facility, boom, you think those numbers are going to go any lower? They're going to take what they can. So anyway, fuck you, YouTube. I would like to know whether the people with the plop smeared inside their body are less transmissible than the people who don't have the plop inside their body. Anyone know a study about that? Like I said, the one study that came out of Europe recently, and I'll try and find it, says that if you do have the plop smeared inside your body, you are more likely to get this trash floating around than the unplopped. I like it. Unplopped, okay? The plopped and the unplopped. Fuck you, YouTube. This is Are You Ready For It? Take care, guys. Have a great day.